And then you don't hand that in to me, you just leave it in your notes, and then it gets graded in the notes, okay? So let's do problem number 6, or number 7, depending on which version you're on. We'll just call it number 6 for now. We're going to say n plus 7 goes into n cubed plus 16n squared plus 64n plus 6. Okay? Now what we have to remember is that this n is 1 n to the first power. And that's going to be helpful because what I want to do is I want to go, okay, well, what's this right here? Well, this is 1n as well, right? So we could put that in there. That's 1n cubed. So then I think to myself, what do I multiply 1 by to get 1? 1. So I'm going to multiply 1 by 1 to get 1. Then the next thing I want to do is I think to myself, well, 1 times n to some power is equal to n to the 1 plus whatever that power is equal to n cubed. What does that power got to be? 2, right? So in other words, I have to put n squared here and multiply it by the n to get the n cubed. So let's multiply that out. 1 times 1 is 1. N squared times n to the first power is n cubed. But remember, I also have to multiply that by the positive 7. So that doesn't go away. So then that becomes positive 7 n squared. That n squared doesn't go away. Now I want you guys to write this down in your homework so you'll have an example in your notes, right? Because you can use your notes on the test. We got to change those. So now this becomes a negative and this becomes a negative. 1n cubed minus 1n cubed is literally 0. Then I got to think, well, what is 16n squared minus 7n squared? That's 9, right? 9 what? 9n squared. Then the next step is I'm going to drop the 64n. So I'm going to say plus 64n. Okay? All right. Then I go back and I say, what do I multiply 1 by to get 9? Positive 9. So I'm going to multiply my plus 9 times the 1 to get 9. And then the next thing I need to think is I'm going to take n to the first power times n to some power. That equals n to the 1 plus whatever that power is. And it has to be n squared. So what number is that? 1 plus something equals 2. What is it? Okay, tough crowd, tough room. It's 1, so this becomes n to the first power. When I multiply that out, I get 9n squared, which is our goal, but I also have to take this 9n and multiply it by positive 7. So guess what that becomes? A positive 63n. Again, we add the opposites, so this becomes negative. This becomes negative. 64n minus 63n is just 1n. And then lastly, we got to drop down this positive 6. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have a remainder. I don't think it's unfortunate, but wouldn't it have been nice if this equaled n plus 7? But it doesn't. So what do I multiply 1n by to get n? Well, just a positive 1. You got to remember to write the positive 1 down. So that becomes n, and then 1 times positive 7 becomes positive 7. Again, we're going to add the opposites, so we put a negative here and a minus here. And so what's 6 minus 7? Anybody got a hunch? Negative 1. So now my remainder is negative 1. Okay? So remember that the answer is this stuff plus this over this. So let's write that out. So my answer is n squared plus 9n plus 1. Now because this is negative 1, I'm going to toss that negative to the front, and I'm going to put 1 over n plus 7. Right? So just to kind of recap, the remainder negative 1, this is the 1, this is the negative, all over the divisor, which is n plus 7. Okay, that's the answer. Any questions on that? I always like to yawn in the video. No, I'm tired. I've been doing this all day.